guys, and welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to be talking about another religion, and this is actually related to the last one I made, the Satanic Temple video. And if you watch that video, I recommend it. Go watch it. There should be a link popping up right about now, and if not, there's going to be a link in the description. If you watch that video, you might remember that for about half of that video, I went on to a rant about the IRS and tax-exempt status for religious institutions in the United States. That rant started at around 1650-ish, I believe. And in that, at the beginning of that rant, I mentioned a video that I watched that was that brought me to the idea of talking about this. And that video was the televangelist last week tonight with John Oliver. That segment, there's a link to that in the description. And I watched it, and in the video, he actually mentioned that they made a joke church as a sort called Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption. I thought, hey, I could make a video out of this. That's quick and easy content, and it fits. So whatever. So, Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption. Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption was a legally recognized church in the United States established by comedian and satirist John Oliver. In case you don't know who John Oliver is a British-American comedian, writer, producer, political commentator, actor, and television host. He has a late-night show. This is all that was according to Wikipedia. Link to his Wikipedia page in the description in case you want to find out more about him. Its purpose was to expose and ridicule televangelists such as Tilton and Creflo, who preached the prosperity gospel, seen as a way to defraud believers of their money, or scam them, and to draw attention to the tax-exempt status given to churches and charities with little governmental oversight. Oliver announced formation of his church on August 16th, 2015 in a 20-minute segment on his show Last Week Tonight, and Oliver announced that the church would be shutting down his during his show on September 13th, 2015. All donations were forwarded to Doctors Without Borders. And yeah, so it's basically just a way of saying, hey, look how fucking dumb the tax statuses are. And you can watch my take on this, but I thought that I could also just show his segment about that, because I'm a lazy bitch, and I don't think anybody wants to see the old rant again. So, I cut his thing up into two parts, partially for clarity, and because in about half of the video he just gives examples of televangelists scamming people, and at the end there was a phone number that you could call, and there was a pre-recorded message on that, and at the end I'll show you that. So now I'm gonna play those clips. So yeah, let's hope I don't get copyright claimed or striked for this one. So yeah, enjoy.
And yet, not only is everything you've seen so far legal, but the money people donate in response to it is tax-free. Because if you're registered as a religious non-profit, or especially a church, you are given broad exemptions over taxation and regulation. The IRS, in fact, produced a scintillating video instructing its agents how to treat churches, and it contains a phrase that you would not normally associate with the agency.
Hello, and welcome to Churches and Religious Organizations, Do's and Don'ts. For reasons as old as the United States, the tax laws and regulations that govern churches and religious organizations are purposely broad and sometimes a little vague.
A little vague? Oh, they are underselling that, because the films of Christopher Nolan are a little vague. A text from your mom reading, please call not emergency, but please call very important, don't worry. That's a little vague. The IRS regulations are close to meaningless. According to their tax codes, not only is the term church not specifically defined, they make no attempts to evaluate whether the content of a doctrine is religious, provided the beliefs are truly held and are not illegal. But truly held beliefs that are not illegal is almost every belief. Bros before hoes? That could be a religion. Red vines are better than Twizzlers? That could be a religion. If you believe the best movie ever made is Lady in the Water, then your name is M. Night Shyamalan, but congratulations, Mr. Shyamalan, that belief could be a religion. And being designated a church confers all sorts of benefits, like the parsonage allowance, which allows the Copelands to live in a $6.3 million house tax-exempt. This is their house. That is a parsonage. which only makes sense if by parsonage they mean house that looks like it cost the net worth of Big Bang Theory's Jim Parsons. We actually asked the IRS how many churches they've audited in recent years, and they did 1 in 2014 and just 2 in 2013. The odds of a church getting audited are basically the same as Gloria Copeland curing your fucking cancer. And when you can operate, here's the thing, when you can operate with so little oversight, it is amazing what you are able to do. And that is when I realised the message Robert Tilton was sending me was that I should set up my own church to test the legal and financial limits of what religious entities are able to do. And so, that is what we have done. We filed paperwork last week establishing a church called Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption. And it was disturbingly easy. To make sure we did this correctly, we had this actual tax lawyer walk us through the process. Now, while the IRS does not have a definition of a church, they do have a 14-point test as a guideline for churches. But not only do you not have to meet all 14 points, we'd already met some of them by accident. For instance, you need an established place of worship, but we meet every Sunday in this studio in New York, and apparently that genuinely counts. Our lawyer also advised us our church needed to be a distinct legal entity, so we registered our church as a non-profit corporation in Texas, a state I do not live in, have never lived in, but which is somehow completely fine for us to incorporate a church in. Now, the IRS's guidelines suggest you need a creed and form of worship, but our lawyer suggested we could fulfil the worship requirement by merely leading everyone in some specific ritual, such as having congregants silently meditate on the nature of fraudulent churches. So, let us do exactly that and bow our heads in silent contemplation. And lo, another box was ticked. Amen. And finally, according to our attorney, the best case for church membership will be made by those individuals who are actually present in the live studio audience who will profess belief in the church's creed. So what do you say, live studio audience? Do you profess your belief? I said, do you profess your belief tonight, brothers and sisters? Then there is only one thing left for us to do. Let's go to church.
That was the parts of the segment that I wanted to show you if you want to watch the full thing, which I can recommend. There's a link to that in the description. And now I'm going to play a mailbox recorded thingy that played if you called the number that you were able to call for a short time, and I'm going to play that now.
Greetings, caller. Praise be to you. You have reached 1-800-THIS IS LEGAL, the official toll-free telephone number for Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption Church. This is your pastor, Mega Reverend and CEO, John Oliver speaking. If you are interested in sending us money, praise be, please send it to the following address: Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption, P.O. Box 1954, New York, New York, 10113. I'll say that again, caller. Praise be, praise be. Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption, P.O. Box 1954, like the year, New York, New York, zip code 10113. Zip code one more time because it's important. 10113. Praise be, caller, praise be. If you send us money, you will be greeted by many miracles, caller, many miracles. Miracles being a term so subjective it's technically meaningless, and many being defined for the purposes of this call as a number that could indeed be 0. Obviously, you do not have to send us money to be a member of this church. However, if you don't send us money, God will be extremely angry with you. His words, not mine. If you are not interested in sending us money right now, please get off the phone and go find somebody who is. Do it. Do that. Get off the phone right now, and find someone who is willing to give me money. Go now. Put the phone down now, and go get someone with money. Go do it now. Get off this phone now, and go find someone to give me money! Give me some money! Go find you! I want money! Give me money! I'm going to presume that you are doing that. Praise be, caller, praise be. One more time the address while we're waiting. Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption, P.O. Box 1954, New York, New York, 10113. I'm presuming that you are finding someone to get me money. Is there someone with money there? Hello? Do you have money? Hello? No? Well, I'm going to hang up then. Glory be, yada, yada, yada. Send me money!
The fundraising activities of Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption are not directed to persons in Mississippi, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina. Residents of those states may not donate.
That was my video on the Church of Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption. I hope you enjoyed it. This video was like 50% me talking and 50% me stealing footage. So that's the first. Probably going to get taken down soon. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't checked out my this Satanic Temple video, where I myself go on a rant about the IRS, this very topic, you can check it out. Link in the description. It probably popped up at some point in the video at around 1640-ish, if I'm remembering correctly. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Hope you have a nice day.